Come a long way. Hi, my name is Aaron, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. This is probably going to be a short live, but I wanted to do a live one as well. If you haven't checked out the video that I made just a minute ago on the division of the physical media collecting community. Hey there, Roy, welcome, man. It's something I think is actually, hey there, welcome, dude. That I think was actually was very much needed, and hopefully y'all enjoyed it. It took a while. I'm not gonna lie, that video that I made just now, just that took a while, and I was a little nervous about making it, but not as nervous as I'm about making this one right now. I mentioned before that we're going to be doing a lot for October, what I like to call on my channel the spooky season. Hey there, culture. And one of the big things that we're doing is I've been working behind the scenes like crazy. And I'm working on a lot of videos for the membership Patreon portion of the channel, because I really want to be able to put more in to what I'm doing and to like really focus on certain topics and subjects. And I'm super stoked about that. And I hope you are too, because at this point right now, I have approximately like 12 videos made and edited and completed, exclusive ones for October. I also have nervously started on a Discord server for the channel, and that will be coming up next week or so. The Discord itself will be for anybody that's on Patreon, whether you've got a free or a or paid level. That'll be for everybody. Though there will be, okay, finally, I'm actually working with a friend of mine to actually hopefully help make this happen. For the paid level, we're going to try movie watches. I'm nervous. I'm not going to lie. I didn't do it for a while because of the idea of like how to best proceed, but I think I got it. And so everybody will be able to go to the Discord. Hey, the Gino man, welcome. But we're going to be doing some movie watches together on the paid one. I will also be doing exclusive like live streams there as well, at least once a month, and you'll know well in advance. So here we go. I'm super excited about it, and I spoke with a good friend of mine, Heath, from Seal at Midnight, and I spoke with a few of my from my other friends as well. Welcome, Don, because what a lot of people don't know on the other side is that when we're trying to like make content, it's gotten to be harder, and not everything reaches everybody. That's you come to expect it. I don't want to chase the numbers as much. I want to give you better content. That's key. So that doesn't mean everything's going. Like there's still lots of stuff, as you can see just from like the video I did tonight, which is a 20-minute video on physical media collectors and collecting. That I want to keep the quality of this channel as high and as strong as possible. But in order to do that, I want to be able to like not burn out, and to be able to do videos that I'm really like passionate on, and to be able to focus on different things. So hopefully some of you will join me in the journey. I know there's a lot of you guys that do on there already, and I really am super appreciative of all my members, my patrons, because it is so very important. It's what you have to do now, and I wanted to get to the point where I don't have to like focus so much on ads. I hate that people come in here and say, well, there's so many ads, so many commercials, all this type of stuff. I have no, Google AdSense got the thing, and it's like, that's that. One thing you never find out on any of my Patreon videos is there's no ads. You guys already paid. Members already paid. So ads gone for any of those, of course. Live stream, no ads for any of that stuff as well. Movie watches. Uh, that's I think we're going to start with the slasher for October. I'm stoked. I'm trying to find something that's not too long for the first one that you guys can enjoy that we can watch together. That I'm excited about that. I'm nervous about the Discord. I'm new to Discord. I'm not somebody that uses it like on a regular basis anyway. So this is going to be like in hopes of expanding, like you guys, the community, and be able to talk to you guys. I've been noticing more recently, like because Patreon has this chat thing where you can like do chats, kind of like Discord style chats with like members and stuff. And I have been chatting more on there, and with members like that'll message me and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Uh, maybe I should do this. And then I went looking for ways to do like movie watches. And I'm like, okay, well, the best way to do it is through Discord. I know there used to be like the Amazon Prime used to have movie watch parties and all that type of stuff, which doesn't exist anymore. But I know a lot of channels like Dr. Woofula does the movie watches, and I think Horror Hippie does them as well. So I'm going to try for us to watch some movies together on the. Hey there, Malcolm. And Malcolm, no, me and Malcolm were talking last night. It was late at night, and we were chatting. And I'm like, Malcolm, I'm gonna try Discord. I'm super nervous about this. And he's like, Are you sure? Are you sure you're gonna do this? And so as I said, okay, I'm going to my laptop, and I went to my laptop and I downloaded the Discord like app, and I signed up, and I'm in the process of making my like designing it. So, and then I went into researching for stuff so that we watch movies together, stuff like that. And I got some intriguing ideas, some neat stuff. And the fact is, why do it over on Patreon? Well, because I want to do something special. But two, there's more freedom to what we can do, like, and chatting and what we can watch and stuff like that. So that I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I hope some of you decide to join me over there and have some fun with it, because that's at the end of the day, that's where I want to go with it, and I'm hoping that eventually I'll be able to afford to do a actual paid StreamYard again, which I haven't been able to do for a while, because when I was in StreamYard, they were like just under $20, and it's kind of $35 a month, and that's yeah. I'm not ready to commit to a $35 a month StreamYard, though I would like to do more lives, and like I do like to like occasional live here, do focus lives over on the membership of Patreon. And that's where we're going. The focus a lot on a lot of videos you've seen recently, I've been talking about collecting and kind of like the behind the scenes, like the aspects of actually collecting, as opposed to me saying, hey, look, I've got this movie, or I'm going to unbox this. That's not my channel type. Clickbaity stuff, rage bait. That's not me, not what I do. But what I do like to do is like really kind of like share the love of collecting. And I collect, and I'm tired of, and like nobody made me do this. This is a me thing. I like stopping whenever time I say that and say, oh, I curate, I don't collect, because that's it's a bit BS. I'm a collector. Sure, I curate what I like, but I'm collecting, and I've gotten to the point where I'm tired of feeling like it's a dirty word. So we're going to take that away. We're going to look at different aspects, the good and the bad of collecting for everybody. The budgeting of collecting, the getting the releases you want, the looking at releases that you want and that you may not want, to diving into the different aspects of kind of just like figuring out how you want to collect, and how that there is no actual real wrong way to collect. The only thing that I think is wrong is when you down another person's like style of collecting, just because it's not for you. that I think that we all have our own ways and our own titles, our own things, and that's great. I'm a big slasher movie guy. I love the slasher movies, and I'm honestly, uh, it bums me out anytime kind of somebody says, "Well, you slashers," and kind of like roll their eyes. You like those type of films, or yeah, I grew up in the '80s, and they were massively popular, and there a lot of my childhood memories are attached to movies like Intruder and Friday the 13th, and going to see like them in the theater and watching like the Halloween movies. I remember watching the NBC, the not just the film, but like earlier on in the day with the guy with the spooky face, right? And he's doing the whole, tonight on NBC, the world premiere of John Carpenter's classic Halloween. Yeah, it's like totally made up. There's nothing at all about people like not liking collecting. We have dissension in the house, which is okay. Yeah, VHS and let VHS collections become a big thing again. But there are going to be people out there that are going to be like that, um, and that are going to say, "Oh, this is." But that's the thing. I don't like that. I'm not a drama channel. I'm not against anyone when it comes to the way to collecting. I'm kind of the opposite. Yeah, like the thing. I love my slasher movies. 100% love my slasher movies, but I also love my film noirs and my pre-code stuff. And my my Sinbad Ray Harryhausen. Um, it's okay to like something, like have like a publication for certain types of films. Malcolm loves Asian cinema, but that doesn't mean it's the only thing he watches or the only thing he knows. Malcolm watches. He loves to watch every film that he can get his hands on, because he is passionate about learning about film and about enjoying and understanding different types of films. Gino likes the old school Western stuff. Um, Everybody's got the type that they like, and everybody's got a wheelhouse that they feel comfortable and uncomfortable in. Yes. I haven't seen that. Is it still going on? I mean, I did a. I don't know if I would say like he's bad. He doesn't like align with a lot of stuff that I do think that everybody has to have like a kind of I guess a ceiling. Like for me, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be raw here. Uh, when I started collecting to reach out. Hey there, Evan. Welcome, man. I would love to have her on streams, but she works so much. Now, she does get into every once in a while to the Patreon stuff because that's this is more public and that's more curated. So and I don't try to have my family on like this type of stuff because we can get trolls and stuff, and that gets rough. I was going to say anyway that the idea basically is I started collecting. I wanted to make my collection to have like it looked like and to be like the movie store that I wanted to walk into when I was younger, like to see the titles I want to see. Like say I want to watch like the Hammer stuff, or I wanted to like check out Happy Birthday to Me, right? And I go into video stores, and before I go in, the world things that were video stores, guys, I'd be like, oh, God, I hope this movie's there, and I hope this, and I want to see this, and I'd go in there, and like a lot of stuff would be sold out or like rented, and there'd be like 20 dozen like of like the most mainstream stuff and very little of the stuff that I was actually liking. So I got to the point where I do feel that I've done that. Like that box is checked, that goal is reached, that ceiling is hit. So for me, like and like everybody does at a different level. and there's different reasons and things for collecting. Uh, that For me, I'm at the point where I want to okay, that's done. Like, and I got kind of unpassionate for a bit, uh, where I feel, and I hope it didn't come out show on the channel, but I get DVDs and then double dip later. It depends on like, for me, sometimes when the features are there. Yeah, I'll actually, that is a fantastic question, dude, and I'm going to actually respond to that one in a second. So I got excited again. There, imprint and umbrella got me excited about like collecting again, because I realized I'd gotten the stuff that I wanted. Now I just wanted to get either kind of fill in some holes in my collection, which is fewer and farther between. And the other thing is I just want to have like cool releases of films that I really love, hence the Halloween set. Hence, like, thinking about Life Force. Love that film. There's a massive box set. Would I think of getting it? Yes. Would I think of getting it if I was buying on a weekly basis? If I was buying every week or every month or anything like that? No, not at all. What I think about getting it now that I have like sometimes 3 to 4 months in between when I buy a film. Yeah, because I can save up. Like, I can do it more realistically. Yeah, it's pick and choose. Like, I would rather get, now this is me. I'm different than, and everybody does it differently. I would rather get one good, maybe expensive release of a title that I really like over 25 to 26 releases of things that I don't know, I haven't seen, that I may watch once or may never watch, or may end up in like this endless watch pile of movies that I'm not going to get to, or that I dread getting to, or that I picked up just because they had a label on them or because they were on sale. Because if you look at the stuff that people buy on a regular basis, and the people that are buying regularly, then some of the bigger purchases don't seem to be that unrealistic when you realize, okay, somebody's picked up Dune set, right? It was 180 Australian, so about 140 Canadian. So that, it's not such a big thing when you realize, okay, somebody didn't pick up like 24 releases over the last 2 or 3 months. Exactly. I have a pretty good sense of what you like. And I think as you become a collector, as you come more into it, that's something that you do. Hey, Master of All Movies, welcome. Yeah, I want to get back to Dude's question because I really liked it. Don't understand why some try to collect everything. I mean, I don't think there are people. I think I collect more than I can watch. That is so honest. So honest. But I like knowing that I have the option, if that makes sense. I like knowing that if I want to watch the X movie, it's there. But I no longer feel like I have to get every movie. I don't feel like I don't chase the spine numbers. I do not care to have everything in every genre. I will pick up the titles now in the ones that I like, and as I get older, I do realize, hey, I'm not sure, I'm here for as long as I'm here, and I want to enjoy while I'm here. So I will pick up the stuff that I like, and going forward, especially, I'll be picking up like core releases of stuff that I enjoy. See, I'm the opposite. I'm bluntly the opposite. Because if I get $350 worth of blind buys, for instance, okay, I know I'm going to watch those Halloween movies. I'm going to watch them over and over again, and I know I'm going to like the set. It's just my thing. But I know that, and I know this from myself, not from anybody else, from me in the past, that I have bought releases, and I have releases from like when I had my Vinegar Syndrome subscription. I have releases from when I was buying work from sales and stuff like that. I haven't watched. I haven't touched, and it's in a watch pile of movies that I hope to get around to. But yeah, I'll pick up a blind buy out around. It's a really good one. I definitely recommend Crime Story. I watched it when it initially came on TV, and my cousin got it for me for Christmas one year. We were both massive fans of the show, and there was only one copy of it in the store. And he could have bought it and kept it himself, but he didn't. He bought it and got it for me for Christmas. Um, and I love the music. I love like Dennis Franna and Anthony Dennison. They're just such great, like their chemistry together is so good. And I still remember that episode. And if you've seen like the show back in the day, where after the big, well, spot explosion, with the I fought the law and the law won it, like that was really cool. Yeah, actually, that was on purpose. That was kind of a throwback, Alan, to the Shame on You Scream Factory video, which I think so many people found my channel from. I do find that as I get older too, I'm not sure if it's an age. I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's like just a like some collector type of thing. I get more excited with TV releases than I used to. Like TV movies or TV shows. I watch a lot more like television stuff than I used to, and I still watch movies, but I like to watch like stuff in between. I love animation. My better half, David, is a massive animation fan. She's a massive anime fan, and she knows way more than me. Like whereas I grew up in North America, like watching a lot of the North American like animation and stuff, and like I found out about anime kind of later in life. Um, like I watched like Robotech when I was in high school, and like Astro Boy. And when I got to college, I remember watching Akira, and of course like the Dirty Pair, Keen Yuri. But it was just in Japanese. There was no English subtitles or anything. But my better half is from Morocco, and they had a show like it was like a 5-hour block or something like that. Where they would show all these different like cool anime shows like Mazinger and like Grandizer, and like they had like Sentais, and they had like different like Tokatsus and like all this kind of cool stuff. Like she got to see way more cool stuff than me, and she knows so much more. Uh, when it comes to that, which one? Half your is that for me? Half your Vinegar Syndrome collection. I see. I don't have as many like blind buys for Vinegar Syndrome as I expected. Uh, and the reason for that is because I watched a lot of weird movies when I was young. And I used to get a lot of those, those BCI, like Mill Creek, 50 movie sets and stuff like that. I feel like early Vinegar Syndrome, that's early Vinegar Syndrome. Are those films? I'm actually really excited about Harder in the House. I have a story. I'll do this real quick, Sean. But I used to go to this place called Cornbrook Video. I used to rent from there all the time. And I rented Harder in the House. And it was one of those days, you get those days when you get home early, and like my kids were young at the time. So we were like inside, and well, I was inside. They were outside like playing in the garden. Well, one was, the other one's like a baby. And so I watched Harder in the House. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to watch another movie. I really enjoyed it. So I said, I'll bring it back. I'll bring it back the same day, and then I'll go get something else. But it was closed when I got down there. And so I put it into the slot. And I went to another place to get it. And I was super stoked to get my other film. So I came back to Cornbrook Video, I think it was like 3 weeks later. And they said, you got a movie still out? I'm like, what do you mean I got a movie still out? And they're like, Harder in the House, you rented that. I'm like, yeah, I know I rented it, and I brought it back. I brought it back the same day. And so they argued. We had an argument. I was like, no. I said, I brought it back. I put it in the slot. It's there. I said, you misplaced it, put it in some other thing, but it's definitely there. And it went on for a while. And I left. I was upset. I came back. I think I didn't go there for a while because I was upset. And they were closing down. And I was buying some movies from them because they were all closing stuff up. And I got there, and I'm like, they're like, you owe us like $50 for this like one here. And I'm like, yeah, no, no, I don't. And they said, oh, you're right, and they found it. But yeah, anyway, Harder in the House story. I think the 2000 will be around for a bit. I'm not quite sure if doing 2000, like people say, oh, they should have made like 4,000, or maybe they should have done like stuck at 1,000, or maybe they should have done like, or maybe they'll do even more. I think at that price point for the collectors that are out there, even though it's worldwide. It will eventually sell out. But I think that this is, it is where it's going to get. I don't think we're going to see any more that. We'll see like standard releases, maybe lenticular down the road. Because like Via Vision does like to do the lenticulars. I want some of those sexy lenticulars, by the way. Hot and Saucy Pizza Girls, love that one. New mutual contact from Vinegar Syndrome. See there, Gino. See, you're already ahead of me. Well, mutual contact Vinegar Syndrome. I don't have that. So there you go. I can play, man. You will find the job. Don't worry. Just stay confident. Stay positive. It's going to be interesting. I mean, that is curious to see, because I do think no matter what the country is, that the boutique labels get less like and more hate within their own country. There's people like, I know when I was in Canada, near the end, like Scream Factory and Chef Factory would get like a whole bunch of like, oh, they're putting this or they're redoing this and stuff like that. Yeah. I have 10 cats, David. That is I think was it the white one? That's Penny. She's our latest kitty. It is. I mean, like if you go back like early on, my first Vinegar Syndrome title was Night Train to Terror, which is one that I had on one of those 10 movie releases from one of those sets. It was like a crappy like quality copy of it, but I love that film. Yeah, like the steelbooks are limited, but the sets themselves aren't. Grub.ca, which I don't know a lot about, but they're a Canadian company apparently. For a while, apparently had like the standard edition Nightmare on Elm Street 4K sets for something like $60, which is insane. I missed out on that. And I think that we got to understand now that we live at a time where release like rates for physical releases is shorter than ever. Hey, Kevin, welcome, man. Hope you're doing well. And that we will see things come out from different companies. And there's companies, and we can buy around the world. It's not like before when you went to your local like video store, right? You went to your local Walmart, and that was the only place you could order from. Now, thanks to all this, the stores and online buying direct and stuff like that, you can now order from around the world. That's a massive change. It is a wonderful thing. But in that being said, that means that different companies, different countries put out the same release, and they put out different versions of those releases. So, for instance, I think it was, and Malcolm can correct me if I'm wrong on this, it was either Eureka or BFI that put out the China O'Brien 1 and 2. And like Vinegar Syndrome also put out China O'Brien 1 and 2. And I think Eureka put out like Lady Reporter as well. Hey, it's rough. I mean, it can be tough. Feel free to stay on to the free level of Patreon, if you if you want to. We will be putting a Discord that for all across the board. I'm an animal person. I've always been an animal person. I like animals more than people. That's the truth. Hey, George, welcome, man. I kind of always have. I'm an awkward little bunny. That's the truth about it. Isn't it like, I like that kind of like your wife bought you those cheap 50 movie packs way back. We started. Isn't that awesome? I mean, like when you meet that person that like doesn't like down you for like the stuff that you buy in your collection, it's important. I mean, to have somebody that's like supportive, but also like my better half is supportive. That being said, she knows when to call me on my BS. So, so she'd be like, "Oh, that's really cool. You should get that." And it could be a really expensive release. I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should pick this up." She's like, "You don't need that. You can wait." And afterwards, I'll be, 9 times out of 10, she's right. Yeah, the Zavi one's the one that's more expensive, Ragnar. That's the one I wanted because I do want the Blu-ray. Like, I'll show you. I mean, what's fun now? I tripped up and killed myself on camera. This is the steelbook for Outlaw Josie Wales. This is exactly the same artwork as the one from North America, though this one I got in Spain. It's the Spanish edition. What I really enjoy about this edition right here is that it does include, aside from the 4K, the Blu-ray of the film as well. Isn't this like a sexy release? Murder Rock. I love Murder Rock, man. That's such a cool, weird film. Is your first time watching it? Let me know what you think. Because that was one I remember watching, and I was like, it was insane, and I loved it. I'm the Murder Rock guy. Malcolm, you have a friend on here that is into your stuff. He was like talking recently about the Asian stuff in a recent video. Have Malcolm in sometimes for lives. Like he's one of the biggest guest commentators on this channel. So I get him in to do like maybe a live talking about Asian horror and stuff like that, or Asian cinema, because he wants to talk. He gets upset when I say we're going to talk horror, and he's like, "Are we talking slasher again?" I'm like, it's like that Star Wars meme with Anakin Skywalker. And, yeah, let me know what you think. Maybe it'll be more on Malcolm's side of it, or it doesn't matter. I hope you enjoy it. It's a really cool release. I love me some 88 films. Talk about 88 films actually in my in the video that I did tonight, and I had a blast doing that. So yeah, we are probably going to have at least 14 or more exclusive Patreon videos for October, and we're going to do movie watches. The good Pee-wee, well, my favorite Pee-wee film, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, is getting a Criterion release. I'm actually super stoked with that. There's 3 Pee-wee films like that kind of go together. So there's Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Big Top Pee-wee, and God, what's the third one called? I'm going to cheat, guys. I'm going to have to look it up. And Pee-wee came in 2016. I'm pretty sure it's around 2016. I can't remember right now. But Pee-wee's Big Adventure is like, they're all, I like Pee-wee Herman, so they're all good to certain levels for me. I think that they belong in the Criterion Collection. I really do. But if there's going to be one in the Criterion Collection, it's got to be Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's just insanely epic and just so uniquely done. You guys got your whole conversation going on in here. I'm absolutely fascinated. I'm like trying to talk, and yet I'm like listening to reading your guys like stuff that's here as well as you talk about your Asian cinema. Well, you should. By the way, guys, Malcolm, May to December, has a channel. You should tell him that he should be making some Asian cinema like videos on his channel. Just saying. Because I got a feeling from this here chat, there's an audience for it. And everybody should be able to find their audience. And I think, Malcolm, thank you for your audience, my friend. It is. I mean, it's insanely good. The soundtrack's really good. Took 88 films over the past year. The pricing increased. I mean, definitely like I think prices have increased across the board. Diggle, I mean, like it's I feel like Oliver Queen, right? But it's all I think in like because I buy I'll be honest, I buy some really cheap stuff. I go to Spain, I get like sometimes I get some like gray market releases, and sometimes I get some super expensive stuff. But it all depends on like just getting the titles that you want, and realizing that there's so many sales, there's so much out there that a lot of times you can wait on certain ones and you won't miss out. There's always going to be like special edition releases and stuff like that. And I do like, so for instance, these are two of my favorite, like not new, but newer to me at the time, like 88 films releases from a couple years ago. It was like Super Cap 3 because I just love this film. This is one of my favorites. And the In the Line of Duty series. Like these weren't cheap, but they weren't like massively expensive either. They weren't like crazily expensive. Uh, and yeah. I actually got a deal on these because I knew the guy that was working at Sunrise, and he got used a discount. So thank him so much. Hey, Cinema Text. Terrifying Girls Disc and two Sex and Fury movies. Peter's Big Adventure is awesome. It is. It's an awesome film. Yeah, I would prefer like if it's straight to. For me, like I'm not the Asian cinema expert that Malcolm is. So I passed the inline duty set. Thought it looked really cool so many times. And I'm like, do I want that? Have I seen these films? And I turned to the side on just a couple days after Christmas, and I saw like Yes Madams on it, and I really love Yes Madam. And I'm okay, yeah, I need to have those films. That one hurt. That one really hurt. I love Quiz Show. Actually, I think that's an absolutely fantastic film. Uh, Robert Redford was one of the greats, one of the guys that he did a lot. Like he did a lot for he did a lot for movies, for film festivals, obviously, for independence, for films coming up. He did a lot for for the environment. He was like an activist. He made great salad dressing. No, it's Paul Newman. Paul Newman made great. See, man, look at that. Paul Newman. I always got the Redford Newman connection, right? But Robert Redford, yeah, it is. His is a true loss. He really is. Gino too. I'd like to see more like silent films get released, silent westerns and stuff like that. I think everything is cyclical, and right now we're seeing a lot of like Asian cinema get released, which we never saw before. And for the longest time, all this stuff was really, really hard to get. But it just takes one. It takes one release to or one like just all of a sudden you see a whole lot. So hopefully that'll happen for the Western as well, because it's been way too long since Western, and even a modern day Western, has truly gotten its roses. Baby Assassins, the Newman Redford Pitt, basically. Yeah, the trio, right? They said was Mike Nichols was making The Graduate, and he at one point he had Robert Redford in mind for the lead. That doesn't happen to be. Um, and one of the questions he had was like, "How do you, what's it like, like how do you find it when you like a girl's like rejected you?" And he's like, "I don't understand the question." It never happened to him. So that was see, only here could I be talking about one thing and have a completely uniquely different conversation and a fascinating conversation going on in the background. So if those that are watching live, always remember to watch live because you get to see this here. You get to chat about like all kinds of cool stuff here. And for those that are going to be on the Patreon, John, we got a Discord coming up, and you'll be able to have conversations like this when I'm not live on Discord. That I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I let Malcolm and my dad know the first 3 movies that they have to watch for October. and they were not happy. But sometimes pain is a wonderful thing, and especially when it comes to cinema. And I I rule in the Thunderdome of bad horror films that I will force both Malcolm and my dad to watch, and that we will talk about in the month of October. I'll also be, for those that were here last year, I will also be bringing back the quiz. Speaking of quiz show, the that Patreon exclusive quiz that I had, where Malcolm and Dad face off against one another. But I'm going to have to find a way to make sure that nobody Googles anything. I'll be honest, I have not seen half the movies you're talking about. Seen some of them, but not a lot of them. And the translation portion of it is the killer part. I was in Morocco my first time, and I went to the was a Virgin, and they had like a ton of stuff at the time, and there was like this release for Fritwild, Coldplay, remember those films, and I had seen the three of them, the first two, and I hadn't seen the third one. So I bought the set, excitedly bought the set, because the third one I hadn't seen yet, and it was like a prequel movie. And I watched the first two to get myself hyped for them, and they're both in English. And I got to the third one, absolutely zero English. There was French, there was like Arabic, I think there's Spanish, but no English. Air 4444 has a new label coming out, a sub-label actually, which is actually kind of cool. That'll be going outside of the original regular Asian cinema that they do. So I'm actually very curious about that. But with that being said, I think I've said all that I need to say so far tonight. And I'm super stoked about what's coming. Hopefully you guys are. The future of the channel is saying a lot of the stuff that you've seen with a whole ton of new stuff. And absolutely more stuff coming up than I ever imagined I'd be able to do. So I thank everybody for joining me tonight. Hopefully you had a good conversation, and on the side channel they're talking about the Asian cinema. And in the future, when a video like this ends, you guys will be able to go over to the Discord and continue those conversations. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. We're almost there, but we're not quite there. So have a wonderful night. I will see you guys later. And no matter how you collect, no matter what you collect, enjoy it. Have fun with it. And don't let anybody rain on your parade. See you next time.